A few moments with you on the pew, pew, pew.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Pew. My name's Matthew.
And I'm Ver.
And today we have a special guest with us. This is Maggie. Maggie, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, so I'm Maggie. I'm a sophomore here at UD, and I'm a high school ed major and also an English major.
Cool. And you live right around this area, right?
Yes, I live in Kettering, like 10 minutes from campus.
Very cool. Also, before we get too much into it, we just wanted to try something new with the costumes today. So just new look for the day.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you. I guess you didn't get the memo, but next time.
Sorry, guys.
Just kidding. Just kidding. But we know Maggie. How would we probably? I mean, definitely through the Rise. I think it was definitely through the Rise retreat, and then also some mutual friends as well. I'd say, right? Sounds
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
But before we start into it, we're gonna get some hot seat questions started. So don't mind me. But what is your go-to fast food place?
Does Chipotle count as fast food?
I would say so.
Then I would say that's my favorite.
What do you get from there?
I get a bowl, always. And guac if I'm feeling it.
Whoa.
Okay. I figured this would be a good question for you, but what's your best dance move?
Gosh, I'm a
You don't have
terrible
to do
dancer.
it, but you feel like you could.
Well, you could.
You don't have to do it, but
you want.
I mean, if I dance, it's just like...
That's good.
That's
so much.
I'm a
energy.
terrible dancer.
No, I like that.
No,
one.
I'll
You could
bring
hurt
the
people
energy.
with that too.
Ooh,
That's
that's
Yeah.
good.
Get out of
It's a
my way.
defense mechanism.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite outdoor game, yard game, activity outside?
I like playing volleyball.
Volleyball?
Mm-hmm.
Sand
I think
volleyball? Or just regular volleyball?
like either. I think that's a fun game to play with anyone.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to be good at it.
That's true.
Because I'm not good at it.
Do you have a favorite saint?
Probably St. Peter.
Mm.
I think he's awesome.
Popular answer.
Yeah.
Solid.
Very original.
Solid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Solid. Do you have? Who would you say you're on a kickball team with me? Who would you say your best teammate is on that kickball team?
Well, pressure's on to say
It does
you,
not.
right?
It's not me. So don't say that.
Okay, no, but the thing is your pep talks and your songs and your passion for the game, you wanting everyone to be out there practicing.
Yeah. I'm glad.
So honestly, it probably is you.
What would you say your experience on that kickball team has been out of 10?
I would say 8 out of 10 because I'm having a blast, but we have yet to win.
I don't think we will. That's okay.
But winning isn't everything. So
Yeah.
honestly,
So true.
an 8 because we have room to grow.
Yeah. Sweet. Do you have a favorite hobby?
I don't know. I like painting my nails. That's about
that's
it.
fun. Wait,
It's
that's
birthday
so
right
cool.
now.
Oh, wow.
But
Easter.
yes.
That's so cool. Do you paint other people's nails or just yours?
No, I'm bad at painting other people's nails, just mine.
That's okay. Last one. Do you have a weird or fun fact about yourself?
I don't know. I have a dog named Clover, and so when people call you Ver, I always think of my dog because we call her Ver. So that's a funny fact.
Does she look like him or
It was just a little bit.
Oh, a surprise.
common answer?
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, thank you. You can leave the hot seat. You're back on the pew now.
Okay.
So you made it through that. So you'll make it through anything.
Thank
Yeah,
heavens.
Awesome. Well, we heard that you want to talk a little bit about teachers and education, stuff like that. So who's a teacher in your life that really impacted you to maybe want to become a teacher or something like that?
Yeah. I would say my most impactful teacher was my high school psychology teacher. His name is Mr. Rich. And he just he inspired me so much in my faith and definitely made me want to become a teacher because he just has such joy. It's almost unnatural joy, and so you just know that it's Christ's joy. I don't know if you guys have met anyone like that just radiates positivity and joy. But I think he's a perfect example that because he wasn't even a religion teacher, but that you can have you can teach any subject or not even just teachers, but any career you can make it an opportunity to grow in faith by just the way you act and the way you present yourself. So I would say he's my favorite.
Yeah, absolutely. And how long did you have him for a teacher? Was it?
He only taught me my senior year
Okay.
of
Oh,
high
wow.
school. Yeah.
So very recently.
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. Cool. And then remind us again, you're going into education, what are you, I guess, hoping to do? Like, what type of education?
So I'm going to be an English teacher.
Okay.
And I'm excited for that because I think that you can mix in a lot of like faith and life lessons when
Yeah.
teaching things like that.
That's so cool. Well, then I guess like kind of going off of that, like why do you want to like teach? And then like where do you think Christ fits into that career choice?
Yeah. So I want to teach specifically high school because I think that's just like the most formative time of life. I mean, I think like all through like kindergarten through 12th grade and even like in college is just a formative time in life in general because you're growing up. And so I think like to be a part of that is just like so incredible. And I just had like really great role models of faith throughout high school and college. And like most of them have been like teachers or mentors. And I just like know that I wouldn't be where I am in my faith without them. And so just the thought that like I could like potentially be that for someone, I think is like so special. And just gives me like such a sense of purpose. I also think that like especially like in high school and like early college and stuff, I think that kids are really hungry for Christ. And I think they like don't realize it sometimes. But I think like in school, like you're just looking for a place like to fit in and like trying to find like where you belong. And I think that a lot of people find that through faith communities, and they're usually led to that through like a mentor or a teacher. So yeah, I think that's like really special and like really draws me to it. Yeah, I also think teachers are really good at like picking out things that they see in like students and like picking out like their gifts and helping them bring it out of them. And I know that like for me, like the gifts like I realized that I've had have been like pointed out to me through like teachers, and like I've like been able to grow through those because like it was like highlighted to me from them. And so I think that like in students and in anyone, like the good that's in you is like the God that's in you. And so I think like teachers and mentors like pointing that out like helps people to grow. And so yeah, I think that's where God fits into that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And like as an English, because I like with the example that you brought, like your psychology teacher, you mentioned like he wasn't specifically like a religion teacher, but he like showed you a lot about faith. Do you have like any? This is hard, but like practical or like anything that you're looking forward to, like as an English teacher, in that sense.
Yeah, I kind of what I touched on like earlier. Like I think English is such kind of like you can kind of teach it how you want to. Like obviously you have like curriculum and stuff, but like I think that like different like stories and like literature is like a great way to like explore different ideas, and I think that you can relate faith to them like really easily.
Yeah.
And I also think that like at least for me, like my teachers have been very much like my mentors, and I think like high school, especially like later in high school, is kind of a time where you get to decide like if you're going to keep your faith, if you're going to like make it your own thing. And so I think that's where like the life lesson type things come in, and like teachers can help people like know if they want to like make those decisions for themselves. So that's like where I really see like English specifically fitting into that.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you kind of shared like all the different values of like teachers you had in like high school, and like how they kind of like formed you or like helped you like realize like who you were. And like I guess like choosing your next like education path like with college, like why was it important for you to like kind of join like a Catholic institution?
Yeah. So I like didn't realize, honestly, I would say until this year, about how like important it is to me like to be at a Catholic school. Like when I was choosing colleges, like I liked that UD was Catholic, but it wasn't like the number one reason that I came here. But like now that I'm here, I'm like so grateful for all the opportunities it has to offer. And just like being around people who are like seeking the same type of things it's just really incredible and really helpful. And like it's really helped me to realize that like you can't really like go through your faith journey like on your own. Like you need the community. And I think that UD like they always like talk about UD community, but like they really does like have it here in like the faith groups and stuff. And I've also just realized how like being in college is like an intentional environment, like if you want it to be like through like Catholic life and Bible study and like stuff like that, you can find people who like are wanting to live intentionally and like trying to improve themselves like in their faith lives. And I like don't think I will ever be like in an environment like this again. Like I was thinking in a couple weeks ago, I was at daily mass, and I was just thinking about like, I was like, I don't think I'll ever have a time in my life where I can just like pop over to daily mass,
Yeah.
like
And walk-
just randomly
walk
and
there,
walk
yeah.
there. Yeah, because like I'll be at work or school, or like hopefully have a family or something. But just I like forget how special it is that we just have like instant access to like mass and campus ministers and like faith clubs and stuff like that. And so I think just like realizing how special that is has made me like want to do more and be more involved and further my faith here. So
Awesome.
Is there anything like through those organizations or anything you're like looking forward to like in your next 2 years here?
yeah, I would say like growing more in like leadership and being able to like give back a little bit, because I know like I've like received a lot from like the faith community here, and like I'm so grateful for that. And I want to be able to kind of like pass it on a little bit and like give it to others. Like I know we're both leading new beginnings.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a perfect way to like do something like that. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, just looking forward to like more like leadership type opportunities.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Perfect. I would say, I think something that you touched on like right away too that I instantly connected with is the idea of like, I can definitely think of teachers, especially during high school for me, that like weren't religion teachers, but that I even like really connected with, and I learned a lot about my faith through that. I think like that idea too, like is very applicable like to even like the career that I want to go into. Like business management is not like the closest thing to faith necessarily, but like the idea of how like the way that I pursue that career, like my day-to-day actions and words, like how that could still impact someone in that same way. So I think that's
absolutely
huge.
Yeah, like you can do anything with, if as long as you're doing it like intentionally, like for Christ. Like any career can be that way, or even like public schooling and stuff. Like I like went to Catholic schools, and like I feel very lucky for that. But I also think that like teachers like in public schools, like while they can't like directly like talk about their personal values and like of faith, it really is just like the way you live like can lead people to Christ, even if you're not like directly talking about it. But
Sweet. Perfect. And do I?
Yeah, I just kind of like loved how a couple times you kind of shared like you like when you like pass things on, or like you'll like experience something like you find like special or valuable, and then you'll like try to provide it for someone else. Like with like schooling, you like had teachers that were like so wonderful and like impactful in your life, and it's like, oh, then like I want to do that for someone else. And talking about like Catholic life or like any of the organizations on campus like want to do that as well, and I just think that's like really cool that like
Thank you.
your heart's for that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Perfect. Do you have anything else that you'd like to share perhaps, or?
Don't think so.
Okay. Well, wish us luck in our kickball together for our last game.
Yeah.
But,
It's our last game.
well, okay, unless we make it farther.
No, we're making it.
But continue to keep them in your prayers and all the new beginnings leaders too.
Yeah.
'Cause that's awesome. But thanks for joining us, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. We're able to take us seriously today in our little costumes. But we'll see you next week.
Pew 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 pew.